It's time to extend and love our next gorgeous hostess, Nalini Bhatt, who will talk to us about His Holiness Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Come on close, let's have a look.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. In our previous Prashantis, we marveled at the divine leelas of our beloved Baba, how he in his infinite compassion resided for 4 days in the home of a devotee in London while simultaneously remaining in Prashanti Nilayam. Such wondrous manifestations are but the natural play of an avatar for whom time and space are no barriers, and his supreme purpose is to respond to the calls of his children. When we hear of these extraordinary miracles, we are granted only a fleeting glimpse into the vast and unfathomable divinity that pervades every atom of creation. These sacred manifestations are like celestial beacons illuminating our path and reaffirming our conviction in the boundless love of the divine. So in the next few Prashantis, let us embark on this sacred journey into the wondrous tapestry of his divine manifestations. Previously on Prashanti, we witnessed how Isaac Tigret, the founder of Hard Rock Cafe, was miraculously saved by Baba during an accident. We learned how Baba guided his devotee Al Drucker when his plane was about to crash in mid-air. Then there was Sri Bhagya, who had the rare privilege of jogging alongside Baba in London. In today's Prashanti, we bring you an awe-inspiring miracle performed by Shri Baba for the legendary singer Srimati Hira Bai Barodekar. And let us listen to her grandson Shri Nishikant about the experiences that his grandmother had with Baba.
The story begins with a young girl, 6-7-year-old, who's traveling with her parents in a train. She's got a high fever. The year is 1911 or 1912. And we are talking about nobody else than my grandmother, Ganahira Padma Bhushan, Srimati Hira Bai Barodekar, one of the greatest vocalists of the country. Parents get off at the next station. They say, where is the doctor there? They say, there is no doctor, but they know about a Baba. He will give some medicine. They go there and they reach Shirdi, where Bhagwan Shri Shirdi Baba, in the thuni, he gets the udi, applies it to her, puts her in her mouth, and lo and behold, she is hale and hearty in a few hours. 1965, when my grandmother turned 60 years old. There was a felicitation function as in the 60th year. Most of the top musicians were supposed to perform for her. And one day before, she gets a message from Bombay that Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba would like to hear your performance next day, the same day as her felicitation day. She was, of course, very pious person. So she said, I'll go. But, the function was felicitation for her. The message was sent back. Again, after a few hours, the message came that you come in the early morning, you do the performance, and by afternoon you will be back in Pune. So she agreed. She went to Bombay. That was her first darshan of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. She could perform for him. When she touched him to take the blessings, he said he had met Shri Baba. Now this story was told to us by Bhagwan Baba himself in an interview room. How these things happened with Shirdi Baba and Hira Bai, early 70s. Hira Bai ji got a big concert contract from the government of India to perform in front of the foreign delegates in the Parliament House itself in Delhi. The date was set and you had to sign the contract and all that. So that was done and it was sent back. In the meanwhile, she gets another call from Puttaparthi. Bhagwan Baba wants you to come and perform in Puttaparthi, which is the same date as in Delhi for that Parliament House concert. So again, without any question, she just accepts that concert. She sends a letter to Delhi. I won't be able to perform. And she performs in front of Bhagwan. She stays there for 5-6 days. Swami talks to her, has interviews. When she comes back in the following week, she receives another registered letter which has a check behind and a cover letter saying that the delegates of the foreign countries were very impressed with your performance. They would wish to invite you to their country. Behind is the amount of remuneration for your performance. So she again sends the checks back, but they're saying that this is some mistake. I never went to Delhi, and by mistake the check has come to me. So again there was a phone call and saying, what are you talking? You came there, you performed for them. Moreover, she stayed with a family friend and she cooked food for them. Photographs were there of her singing. She had never gone to Delhi, where at the same time she had come to Parthi. This is another Swami's big blessing and boon. These are some very profound and mind-moving experiences we had.
Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Let's greet Nalini Bhatt, who will now telecast her sensational story on Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Let's see.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. In the previous segment, we marveled at Baba's divine Leela when he miraculously took the form of the renowned singer Srimati Hira Bai Barodekar and gave a live performance in Delhi, while the real singer Srimati Hira Bai was simultaneously performing at Puttaparthi. In today's Prashanti, we witness yet another astonishing miracle where Baba, in the guise of an ordinary man, visited the home of Mr. Ratnakar. Shri Ratnakar was moving for good from Delhi to Gulbarga, and this man moved all his stuff single-handedly. Dr. Ratnakar is the brother of Shri Anil Kumar, Baba's devoted translator.
1979, we were leaving Delhi All India Institute of Medical Sciences because of an assignment at Gulbarga. So everything was packed. I booked a railway wagon to take the entire household goods and catch the train by night with the children and family. Only a suitcase with us, refrigerators in the car, everything to get into railway wagon. Booked 1 month earlier. On the day of our departure, I talked to the wagon office whether the wagon is ready. The other side voice said, "We are sorry, there is no wagon in your name." Whole thing collapsed. I was thinking, Swami, unless you said it, we would not have left the place. I went to goods office. They said, "Today no wagon has come, sir. You may have to wait maybe 48 hours. I came home. My wife asked, what happened? I said, there is no wagon. I don't know how to send our goods. She said, Swami, you will not do anything that is likely to create difficulties for us. She literally cried there. Around 2 o'clock, there was a knock on the door. There is one old man with a torn banyan said, "There is a wagon in your name. I have come to pick up your luggage." Immediately what comes in our mind? This fellow is going to take our luggage somewhere else. We do not know his bona fides. How is it suddenly an unknown person bringing a truck and saying, "Wagon is ready, let us go"? I called my office technician. You go and check in the goods office whether there is really a wagon for us. My technician went along. To his utter surprise, there is a name and wagon in the register. Now the revealing of divinity started. Very awesome. The first thing he said, When the wagon is on your name, why do you hurry? Have your lunch. Then I will load and take you to the station. This only God can do it. Eat first. Shirdi Baba Charitra, you must take food first. It is God's prasad. He sat outside. We had food. No assistance for him. A 60-year-old man onto a truck being done by a Sardarji driver, single-handed, including a refrigerator, he loaded. Now the second revelation of divinity. I will sit next to you in your car, doctor. Let your technician go along with the truck. It did not strike me now also. Why? A man who has loaded everything does not want to go in the truck. He wants to travel with me. He sat, the truck and the car reached the railway station. He himself loaded everything. He said, sign. I signed. I got the receipt. I wanted to pay him. Believe me, like a mad fellow, entire yard I have searched. I could not find him anywhere. He just disappeared. I cried bitterly. First, I could not recognize him. Second, he gave me a clue. He will sit next to me. I could not recognize him. When I wanted to pay him, he is nowhere found. Omnipresence. 1990. When I reached home after my office work, my mother said, since morning your wife is lying on the bed. We went to the ICU. They said, we'll have to do angio tomorrow. Angio. Done. Returned to the room. That day, a new female attendant has come. A Christian. First question she asked, who is that in that picture on the table? My wife said, our God is Sathya Sai Baba. Everything he takes care of. Then she said, bold, last night he came on my ear. Really? He stood between your cot and sirs and said, tomorrow I will not allow her to lie down on this bed of thorns. I said, shall I wake her up? No. Let them take rest. Before I turned towards him, how he has left, I don't know. My wife said, you are blessed. Cardiologist came.
As the Sai world comes together to celebrate Ishwaramma Day, the sacred occasion marking the merger of Baba's Divine Mother Ishwaramma with the Divine, we offer our salutations in deep reverence and gratitude to the Blessed Mother who mothered divinity itself. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. Baba's miracles are so profound that as we hear them, the realization that for the avatar nothing, absolutely nothing is impossible dawns on us. Today we journey to Bahrain where Baba granted darshan to an old woman who did not believe in him. She was a devout Vaishnavite worshipping basically Shri Vishnu. As we know, some orthodox Shaivites worship only Shiva while strict Vaishnavites worship only Lord Vishnu. In this episode, we witness the remarkable transformation of this elderly woman who initially rejected Baba as he embodied both Shiva and Shakti and not her Lord Vishnu. Let us listen to Shri Amay Deshpande, a devoted student of Baba who was a witness to this divine incident.
One beautiful experience happened. It was back in 1981. We had just started the Samiti in Bahrain. There was this gentleman, his name is Mr. Dwarakanath. In his house the bhajans used to happen. He was a Vaishnavite, pretty staunch Vaishnavite. Swami is considered to be Shiva Shakti Swarupa, right? So when his mother-in-law had come to visit to Bahrain, she was shocked that her son-in-law is following a supposedly Shaivite kind of vibhuti and all of that, and she was totally taken aback and she refused to participate in any of the bhajan activities. One night, there was nobody at home. Mr. Dwarkanath and his family had gone out. Only the mother-in-law was at home. And at about 8:30 in the evening, there was a knock on the door. She would typically not open the door because she's new to Bahrain. So she just sat, and the knock grew louder. Even then, she did not open. Finally, the third time when it was a louder knock on the door, she went and she put the burglar chain, and she opened. And who does she see out there? Swami himself is standing outside the door. And she knew for one that, Sai Baba doesn't belong to Bahrain. And so this is like a vision that she is having. And so she immediately removed the burglar chain and she opened the door, and Swami walked into the house. And Swami creates an apple and gives it to her and says, "This is for Dwarkanath." Swami's ways are also so strange, because Swami could have easily come when Mr. Dwarkanath was at home, comes when he is not there, only to bless his mother-in-law. She is absolutely dumbfounded seeing Swami. She took Swami's Pad Namaskar, and Swami materialized Vibhuti and put it on her forehead. Then Swami left. Mr. Dwarkanath came back. He found that she was palpitating and crying, and immediately he called up my father that my mother-in-law is talking gibberish, and it seems Swami has come and all that. So we all rushed late evening, 9:30, 10 o'clock. We landing up at Mr. Dwarkanath's house, and the mother was sitting in the corner and she was crying, and everybody they were almost kind of accusing her of falsifying something. She was trying to explain her heart out that, "I swear Swami had come." She's pointing at her forehead saying, "Look at my forehead. Do you think I would ever apply Vibhuti?" The strong Vaishnavite that she was. Okay, but even then it hardly is a signal of Swami coming. I remember so cutely she said, "Okay, even if I would have had to apply Vibhuti, I would have applied it like this, not like this." Because, again, being a Vaishnavite, still people were not ready to believe. And at that moment she just said, if Swami had truly come here, right now, from this photograph, pointing at a little Swami's photograph on top of the fridge, let Vibhuti come. And right there in front of everybody, okay, Vibhuti starts materializing. But my father says he saw it appearing like these bubbles of water and then crystallizing and becoming solid on the frame. This was one big moment in our lives when we saw with our own eyes the absolute physical manifestation of Swami, and that was what actually brought us to, we were convinced about the fact that yes, this was a God which was absolutely potent, and he was listening to every moment of our lives. Those days, there would be one portion in the Sanatan Sarthi of miracles, of Swami's materializations in different parts of the world. Immediately this particular event had happened. He had written to Prashant Nilayam about this account of Swami coming to Bahrain. My parents had gone to visit Kasturi Garu, who was the editor-in-chief at that time. When he came to know that they are from Bahrain, he immediately said, yeah, I've got this account. Tell me, I want to listen from you directly. So my parents had an opportunity to tell Kasturi Garu their perspective of this whole thing. So when they said, will it get printed? He said, no. See, like this, so many things happen, but everything doesn't get printed. We have to get it approved by Swami. So that again cast a little bit of shadow over this whole thing, whether did it really happen. In March 1983, there is the last article of Sanatan Sarthi is Swami in Bahrain. And that kind of clinched the deal that yes.
For Baba, no task was too small or insignificant. Just to guide a non-believer onto the path of faith, he went to the extent of visiting her in Bahrain. Such is the compassion of our Lord. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Welcome, brothers and sisters. This is Nalini. We have seen countless instances of Baba manifesting in distant places far from Prashanti Nilayam to rescue his devotees in times of distress. In Tapovanam Sathya Sai Charitra, there is a remarkable account of how Baba intervened to prevent a devotee from taking his own life. While we have previously witnessed Swami appearing alone to save his devotees, in this extraordinary incident, he manifested as a couple to avert the impending tragedy. Let's watch.
I quote from Sai Sacharita Tapovanam. Baba was in Kodaikanal. Suddenly he jumped out of his bed, stood and shouted, "Don't fire!" As he said so, he fell on the bed. The body stiffened. Apparently, he had left his physical body. After an hour or so, Baba opened his eyes, dictated an address in Bhopal, and directed that an express telegram be sent there stating, "Don't worry, the revolver is with me, Baba." Swami Sachidananda pleaded, "The post office staff will not accept the telegram if we mention the word revolver in the message. If we change it to instrument, they will not object." Swami agreed, and the modified telegram was duly dispatched. But the devotees could not make head or tail of the mysterious incident. A letter arrived from Bhopal 4 days later. Baba gave it to the devotees. On reading it, they were filled with surprise. What has exactly happened? There was a military officer in Bhopal who had served in the Second World War and distinguished himself. He was not given due position in the statewide development programs. Frustrated, he developed utter distaste for life. His wife happened to be away. There was no one who could console him and give wise counsel and get him out of depression. He decided to commit suicide. Just as he was about to press the trigger there in Kodaikanal, Swami suddenly shouted, "Don't fire!" At that precise moment in Bhopal, the door of the officer's room suddenly flew open. Standing at the door was his bosom friend. His wife too was with him. Behind them was the porter who was carrying their luggage. The officer saw them, hid the revolver somewhere, and came out smiling. The guest recalled several happy events in their college life. The warmth and friendliness of the visitors soon drove away the officer's misery and restored his mental equanimity. The visitors said that they wished to go to another friend's house. They also mentioned the other friend's address. Promising to come and stay on their next visit to Bhopal, they took leave of the officer. The officer now searched for the revolver hurriedly hidden. It was not found. Suddenly he remembered Sathya Sai Baba. Some time back he had gone to Puttaparthi and had Swami's darshan. His wife was a devout follower of Baba, so he concluded that this was all Baba's Leela. He went in search of his college fellow at the address given to him, but no visitor had come there. Just as he returned to his home, an express telegram from Kodaikanal arrived. It read, "Don't worry, the instrument is with me, Baba." On reading it, the officer was overcome with remorse. To express his gratitude, he wrote a detailed letter to Bhagwan. It is through that letter that Baba's devotees also learned about the full details of the incident. To save a devotee, Bhagwan assumed 3 human forms: the officer's friend and his wife and the porter, all of them simultaneously at the same event with profound significance. Time is under Swami's control. This is the meaning of the Vedic dictum, the one who will to manifest into many. No matter which corner of the world his devotees are, Baba will rush to their rescue, casting his physical body aside and assuming any form demanded by the situation. Tapovanam mentions another incident. There were about 1400 students in the hostel of Swami's college in Vrindavan. Bhagavan visited the hostel one night. Suddenly the electricity went off. Swami moved quietly towards a boy and keeping a laddu in his hand, Baba whispered, "Don't show it to anybody. Keep your hands behind you." When the lights came on, surprisingly, all the 1400 boys were keeping their hands behind them. Everyone was having a laddu in his hand.
The boundless compassion of Baba is not limited to always watching over his devotees, ensuring their well-being. It also encompasses divine acts to put a smile of glee in children and adults alike. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.